Привет, Анончики. Я продолжаю начатый вчера Игробрятск, проводимый для одного Анончика, который, надеюсь, скоро присоединится. По ссылочке, как обычно, на главный можете присоединяться. Мне на работе выдали мой первый таск. Я охуел. Сори, на это мне нужно ответить. Вот, так. Немного извиняюсь, за то, что мне пришлось отвлечься. Так, здрастите. Проебал время. Зачем вылез? А я проебал время. На сколько? На 1 минуту. И я запускаю игры. Чтоб я работал, конечно. Не знаю, насколько мне сейчас играть хватит. На меня давит груз ответственности и желание все-таки начать превознемогать, начать хоть что-то работать. Пусть мне не нравится то, что, блять, мне выдали с ебаным экспрессом, jQuery, куча огромная вонючая куча спагетти кодов, которые мне нужно фиксы делать. Но я пока настроен превознемогать.
Look at the march of death, bones of the living, ground into dust. A dust storm that suffocates any remaining breaths.
Надо поработать, самое время поиграть для анончиков. Ну, тут я тоже чувствую свою обязанность. Так как все-таки раз начал в эту игру, нужно ее закончить. А через неделю уже амнезия выходит. Нужно закончить до того, как амнезия выйдет. Потому что... Тут я тоже чувствую себя обязанным перед одним анончиком.
Ew. Come on, Grim. That's disgusting. Don't you think this whole business is remarkably dehumanizing?
Да я не человек, блядь.
Uncaring office of eternal bureaucracy, picking and choosing lives. We know it, but do they? Do they know what they're doing? Throwing out innumerable rules and quotas with no oversight whatsoever. And you are oblivious and gullible. Let us know if you come eye to eye with a solution. Be seeing you.
Ну Hotline, блядь. Ну даже супер ёбаные левелы, там все равно ты... Сколько, 15 минут на левел, даже со всеми ретраями потратишь. Первая часть там, сколько, 2 часа, 3 часа, 2 часа, 3 часа проходится. Вторая подлиннее, конечно. Так, слишком громко, блядь. Не знаю, на вашем стороне слишком громко или нет, потому что в VS музыка идет в обход миксера. Так. Many lives saved as dedicated researcher warns a cosmopolitan city in the nick of time. A science community calls to increase funding of the Mountainhead lives will be saved. A string of fires blaze through the suburbs of Sun County. Student mauled by a mountain lion during a hike at the nearby mesa. Local vicar passes suddenly of heart failure in a religious convention. Help delayed as heart attack construct as a punchline. Scientists discover a new strain of super tuberculosis. Black hole set to end all life? Morning Grim, your hands will be kept mighty busy today. What the darn have you been up to over the office? From what I can see in the data, it looks like a proper mess. A total of 6 humans have to die, at least 2 humans aged 16 or older have to die, spare any students if possible. Okay. Так. Чекай ее задание и шли нахуй. Судьбу. Ну, ее ты, видимо, подразумеваешь голос в голове, она вроде никаких заданий еще не давала. Хорошо, сейчас прочитаю красную бумажку. Michael Batar. Michael has been a dedicated worker at the... Okay, Grim. Yes, you. Listen up. Why are you such a tool? Sitting at your desk going over all the profiles like a mindless drone. It's time to break the rules. I want you to doom all the profiles today. All of them. Prove you're not completely useless. Okay. Что-то мы людей науки сегодня убиваем. Я бы вообще не стал слушать голоса в голове, ну раз ты советуешь. Что-то не дает рисовать над любой частью бумажки.
Aye, this port offers the best trades in the universe.
Ну вот, я на поводу Анончика иду, а так бы я не стал слушать Эджи голоса в голове, тем более тянские. Привет. Мур-мур-мур.
Hello? Oh, bother. Lady Portington, has Grim arrived yet?
No, the cat replies.
Right, very good. Listen, you are not supposed to mark every profile to death, yes? I thought I made the point rather clear. All our choices have serious consequences. Why would you do this?
I don't know. Boredom? Wanted to see what would happen?
No, you cannot. I am on a...
Там был вариант I don't like people. Прям как в кине. Про Мерде, который мы вчера смотрели. Который не любил японцев, не любил людей, и особенно японцев. И покидал в них гранаты.
Sir, leave me. I have urgent matters to attend to. I cannot just give you the phone. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Grim, you have acted with severe carelessness. The equilibrium of the world is not a trifling matter.
Нет, это кот моего начальника. Начальник в отъезде, и кот его подменяет. Now, the cat comments.
I know it is not easy making these decisions, but that is what I am for. Trust me, and I will guide you. Understood? I hope we will not have to repeat this discussion in the future. Good night, Grim.
Че, на связь не выйдешь больше? Окей. Жди эфира Ирки. Я сегодня не смогу ночью проводить эфир, это точно. News brief: unexplained fire strike through the suburbs, claiming many lives. Fire department suspect arson. Local doctoral student dies after drinking lab disinfectant on a dare. Last will beloved author disturbs many sizable donations to medical research. Local teen perishes in hospital after mishap with high voltage hyperboloid. Young thug gunned down during a police raid of a suspected mob hideout. Rowdy parties on rise cause disturbance at various neighborhoods. Где Грим? The world is a wondrous thing. Oh, what I have seen out there. Now don't try to balance out the turmoil of yesterday. Success can be forged with but a handful of death. Yes? 3 humans have to die, sparing humans with administrative background. An unforeseen logic guides ahead, but a logic nonetheless. Хули ты тут сидишь, если считаешь, что никто со мной не стал бы сидеть? Вчера сидели. Целых 1,5 анона. Съебись отсюда. Gwendolyn is not... Так, 3 административ. Заданий, видимо, от тянки нету. Exactly not the service. The career as a network engineer stagnated. It's definitely not what they dreamed of doing with their lives, but they barely just counted enough. Their large family depends on the income. Это не administrative background. Меньше... не программист, похоже, сегодня. Это нет, там и драг-дилер. Amazon, and through they have zero idea how software developments work. Their uncle, the CEO, sees bright future ahead of them. Not so bright. Giovanni didn't expect to spend as much time with a printer, scanner, copper as they do. It's old, slow, and unreliable. They dream of one day destroying the printer, scanner, copier with a basketball bat. Meanwhile, they have set up a penny skimming program inside their company computer network. Подумал. Моя радио, уж точно не твоя, а-за-за-за-за. Aaron is a small-time criminal selling low-grade narcotics to those who just wanted to party. Lately they have started experimenting with different chemical compounds to figure out if they could concoct any new interesting blends. Чувак, ресерчер, William escaped into the city when younger, trying to get into the acting business. After numerous failed attempts, they returned to their homestead and read through several generations worlds of farming tomes. Lately, they have grown more interested in bioengineering crops. Этот Петарск поедет. Так. Maretta is a beautiful face and charismatic demeanor. Everyone sees when they enter the headquarters of Beauty Cream Ltd. When not acting as the administrative grader for the company, they illegally sell the company's untested prototypes on the black market. Ну, послушаем Fate. Так. Окей. Нет, это ты говно ядовитый, Анончик. Понимаешь ли? Ты токсик персоналити. Пришел тут в мой эфир и капаешь ядом. The cat seems to be in slumber, occasionally emanating a soft snore-like purr. Similarly in sleep, she swings her languid paw at the rubber toy. Squeak squeak, the toy learns their mystery. Я удивлен, что столько последствий, столько историй прописано для опционального решения отдать игрушку котику. After a while, the cat sluggishly sniffed the unusual pile of documents awaiting on the table. The cat continues inspecting the documents for a few seconds, then turns away, seemingly pleased. Я пришел на свое радио, а в эфире снова какого-то хуя ты. Ну, ты ж в эфир не вышел, поэтому в эфире я. Ну так narrative-based. Ну, независимо от того, насколько narrative-based, как бы длинные прописанные последствия, это довольно много работы. Же нету прописанных последствий у каких-то определенных смертей. Что одна смерть кого-то вызвала бы новые определенные файлы на моем столе. The cat stares at you, slowly blinking. Blinks at you, perplexed. The cat shakes herself in a manner which seems entirely undecipherable.
Ahoy, matey! What can old Mortimer offer you today?
Уже который день про гондоны ночных эфиров из-за тебя. Чё ты несешь? Я вообще в эфиры ночные выхожу только когда нету вообще. Так что пошел нахуй отсюда. Заебал, честно. Вот токсичный, тебя уже забанить хотят. Не знаю, кто игру делал. Так, у меня там про гондона из эфира не случилось. Что проверю. Ну, вроде меня восстановили без моего участия. Так, поспать. Нет, Анончик. Когда я выхожу в эфир, его в принципе нет в диджейке. знаете, что такое ОКР? Знаете ли вы, что такое ОКР? Мне кажется, вы не знаете, что такое ОКР. Dairy crops ranking in massive amounts of money after patenting high-tech nano-organic corn, muscling out local farmers in order to achieve market dominance. Sudden influx of illegal beauty products leads to numerous cases of skin damage. Кстати, я только заметил, что профили спизжены. Я слишком занят был расстановкой коинов в стопку. Experimenting drug dealer accidentally designs a powerful remedy for migraines. Company gets stolen money back. Money surge acts as production invigoration. Lucky day, or is it? The unjustly denigrates unlucky number 13. I failed to 13 день. I failed to see the relevance of this kind of numerology. It is but a day, all like all other days. No way. Ну чё? Другого выбора у меня вроде нету. The cat lunges on the table, brushing her ear with her paw. The cat pauses for a moment and continues brushing herself, indifferent to apply it. Before the cat has a chance to respond, the phone rings in an ear-piercing metallic clatter. You hear a familiar voice.
Hello? Hello? Lady Poddington, is Grim there?
Алло, ёба, это Ти.
Oh, goodness. Grim, I heard that. I understand the job can be stressful, that these decisions do not come lightly. But you cannot let everybody live. Such actions will have serious consequences, even if you cannot foresee them. That is what I am for. Trust me, it will be for the benefit of everyone. Understood?
Даже не знаю. Может, покроем котика. Анончик, подскажи. Я не знаю. Окей.
What? Could you repeat that? All I hear is static.
Never mind.
No matter. You know what the job entails, Grim. I implore you to take it seriously. The world needs to stay in equilibrium. I do hope we will not have to repeat this discussion in the future. Think before you act. That is all.
Но я же не проставил метки, что кому, что всем жить. Кот проставил ее за меня? Alas, the cat has already fallen asleep. She purrs softly content, nothing else to do but live.
Avast ye! Pursue the finest booty you've ever seen.
Booty. Монетку, что ли, купить? Не знаю, что она делает.
Used to belong to the ruthless corsair Thaddeus Thatcher, this one. 'Tis the last existing item of a lost civilization. Mad Thad landed in their village, gathered up each and every one. Sage and king and beggar alike. And let Lady Luck through this very coin cast judgment on all. About half the civilization died that day. The rest doomed to a slow extinction. Then me crew laid upon Thad's war gallery near the gorge of Teleanor. The battle was merciless, but the treasure was most exquisite. Anyway, 'tis useful if ye can't decide what to eat for dinner.
Ясно. Теперь можно пользоваться этой монеткой, а не той, что на моем столе ИРЛ. Че, нам отключили интернет? Morning Grim, I expect you in my office for your performance review after you're done today. Да, вторая неделя подошла к концу. Do not worry about that right now, so focus on the task at hand. Choose humans. You are related ones because to die. 5 humans. Блять, сегодня самое большое количество профайлов. Choose humans on the left side of profile bundle. Есть вот эти 5. Окей. Always cheerful, Rosalind was born to Grim. Listen, sorry I took so long. You made the choice and got censored for it, but I had to test you to know if you have what it takes. I won't ask anything that big again, but I ask for your trust and for small acts of defiance. You should let this one live. Stand against fate's rules, and I will show you what lies beneath. А как это идет в разрез с таском Fate? Я не понял. Я так понял, те, кто на левой стороне, должны умереть, а не жить. Так. Kaipa is the grumpiest, most cantankerous senior citizen possible. They dislike absolutely everyone and everything, and they're adamant in making everyone's life more difficult, both in life and death. There is no escape from Kaipa. Through... Так, сначала левую переберу. Transport, preacher, advisor. Кто-то вообще в транспортной индустрии имеет отношение. Despite liberal arts education, Skew works in the space industry, writing programs to analyze satellite data. They live with a spouse and cats. The spare time they have, they enjoy sitting in the hot tub. I mean, who doesn't? Оставлять жизнь левым. Ну, он хуёво, он не написал. Choose humans on the left side of the profile panel. Choose to die или to live? Я не понял. Короче, ТЗ. Вина ТЗ, я всех слева убиваю. Amy is a gifted hunter who has recently found a way to make a decent living with their skill. They hunt the elusive mountain cats for the punks bitches through a care of multitude of health problems. Peter initially became a right-side driver due to needing extra funds. Soon they found an opportunity to upgrade to a luxury vehicle, chauffeur, which required to go through extra training in evasive and defensive driving techniques. These days they feel pretty badass behind the wheel. Garnet lives photography, hiking, painting and visual journaling. They are diagnosed as bipolar but have managed to figure out a way to deal with it. As such, they are mostly happy. Garnet often volunteers at a local art gallery. Сколько я уже пометил? Да, последнее. Through Christopher is an amazingly graceful ballet dancer. They have secretly orchestrated snapped dentures and cracked ankles for the rivals. They ensure they would get ahead in the game. They were banished from home when they were 16 because the parents were scared and confused about Christopher's sexual orientation. Ну да, все танцоры пидоры, как известно. Svari found religious after hitting rock bottom. Found religion after hitting rock bottom. After selling a family clock radio for a tiny fix, they got mugged in the alleyway but found help in nearby church. After living through withdrawal, their life felt filled with an otherworldly warmth, and they devoted themselves to helping others in situations similar to what they had been. Khalil believes in their power to give only the best advice to the potential presidential candidates of the neutral party to boost the success of their campaigning. Their self-confidence might be misplaced, as the reputation of everyone they have advised thus far have crushed and burned.
I have returned. Did you miss me?
Вернулся, пидор.
No need to be reticent, Grim. Your jokes are always appreciated. So, okay, yes. Today is your 2-week performance evaluation. But before that, we must quickly check your daily conduct. Where did I place those papers, please? Where are you? Ah, here we go. Right. Seems to be correct, or whatever. Let us proceed to the more important evaluation.
Correct.
Ah, Grim. How should I put it? In essence, you are a solid and dedicated worker. You play by the book. You do what you are told. There is little to criticize in your conduct, except perhaps for the minor lack of independence. Nothing so grand, but do you really think life is all about following rules?
Игрушки уже на столе даже нет.
One might expect at least an inkling of rebellion. Does an autonomous personality hide anywhere within your skull?
Как бы мне бунтовать на моей текущей работе?
You are dependable, faithful, trusted. Is that all you are content with? Now, obviously, you are to be granted a small bonus. No one can argue you have not earned it. Keep it up. The ultimate evaluation is in 2 weeks.
Это был 14-й день или 15-й?
Back
Сдел-
from our booty, are ye?
Сделай больше спагетти, блять. Нет, количество страданий в своей же жизни как-то не хочется повышать. Мне что особо не хватает.
Dear me, 'tis a tragic tale. Ye ever hear of the Dia de Mortos? A wild night, certainly. There we was, celebrating the passing of me amigo. Several days later, woke up buried under a mountain of empty bottles. This mess stuck to me face. Never knew where it came from, but I will happily let the memory of me fellow buccaneer and me headache be carried by another.
Вот это ебало, окей. Вот он красненький. Рычаг Queen. the presidential campaign gone up in flames? When will the neutrals stop embarrassing themselves? Poacher mauled to death by a pack of mountain cats in a similar act of revenge. Yes! It's miracle as Swah saved thousands of lives with their 10-step program and setting up support center on all over the country. Multiple attack on Shaya crashes, suspecting to be mob related. Блять, я не понимаю, как эти все имена произносить. Chauffeur dies at the vehicle gets rammed off the road. Grugist Senior in the Cosmopolis dies, still manages to make life worse for everyone. Analyst drowns in hot tub. Police suspect alcohol abuse as the culprit and remind people to drink responsibly when swimming. Weather satellite crashes during orbital insertion. A budget cuts to blame. Local art gallery shuts down. Что за хуйня? Congratulations, Grimm, you passed the performance review as expected, but let us not dwell on the past. I need you to focus on the future. This will be a tough day. Be attentive. Total of 6 humans have to die, at least 3 humans of a scientific background have to die, at least 2 humans aged 15 or younger have to die. Humans are so easily corrupted. Good ripping fate. Так, 3 humans, 6 have to die. Lenin hails from a small village on the coast where they spent the earlier years studying ichthyology. Наука о чесаниях. This later inspired them to turn their attention towards global matters, to the multitudinous interrelated networks that make up our planet. Ну, мне совсем лень думать. A nanny for the somewhat well-off middle class that's came to the Cosmopolis city for this initial one-year conduct. Нихуя не понял. They saw it as the decent way with a decent wage to escape their Reconstruction era home country. It's a nice adventure when you're young, at least. Nanny. Это не няня вроде. Ichthyology, да. Oliver stole toys when they were young. When they were young and their family was struggling to find happiness in misery. As they got older, they became a regular swindler in order to improve their living situation, but after a while saw the futility of the endeavor. in the pursuit of finding a life they deserve, they assume the identity of an identity thief. Nijach is secretly researching the genetical combining of plants and animals, in addition to mammals capable of photosynthesis and sunflower with ears, и кота-девочек. Кота-девочек подсолнухов. They also dream of a pet hedgehog with an actual hedge instead of spines. So far the research has been costly, but they believe it's for a greater good. Their colleagues are on high alert. As if born to lead the tense situations, Paul enjoys being the backbone of an armed services. After completing several important missions during the Westguard conflict, they are now moved to training new recruits. They emphasize having a calm headache and thinking things through. Дайте в это внучаеву поиграть, пусть потренируется в английском языке. Хочет же английским обучать. Тут как раз, что типа курс английского должен иметь там свою историю, вот ситуации, которые проходят через курс, вот как раз сюжетом. Kenzie is deeply intrigued by the universe and its mysteries, but don't enjoy leaving their hometown. They would never consider boarding a spaceship, but they love to look at the universe from the comfort of their own home. Having witnessed quite a few of UFOs, they are slightly worried about the universe visiting us. Явно родом из Техаса. Growing up, Abu bought a small image board. Abu showed up promise in being a talented artist. At one point, they bought small Russian image board from Pedalic. At one point, they shifted their efforts towards forgeries of different types, from paintings to money, at which they are also highly skilled. The jinn needs to eat to live and steal to eat. Their spouse disapproves of the jinn's life choices and lets them know of it every time they are together. After a while, the jinn decided to lie to their spouse that they got a regular job. That's right, they decided to steal the truth. Good.
Yes, you did it, Reaper. You have achieved. Your grandeur grows with every passing moment. Soon we'll be but mere motes beside your blazing glory.
Bask in my splendor, O mirror.
It blinds, O sovereign. 40,000 corpses for the bridge of advancement. Carry forth your deed of darkness, Reaper. But stop before it's too late. Already getting a bit late as we speak. The dusk nears.
Что-то совершенно непонятные цели голоса. Такой агент хаоса. Только ты, Анончик, не пали там мне ее цели.
Good evening, Grim. I hope you are doing well. I forgot to ask you yesterday. How did it feel going through almost a whole week on your own?
Ну, с котиком... Котика поняшли.
Just so. Even we cannot stop the constant advance of time. Well, let us quickly go over the usual administrative matters. The papers. I see you have marked the appropriate number of profiles. Yay.
Yay!
Honestly, this corporate mandate is growing a bit tiresome. Oh well, what must be done? Speaking of, yesterday marked a significant moment in your career. Are you content with your evaluation? Oh, the fancy of my imagination. Take it as a metaphor. This reminds me. Have you any questions? It has been a while since we had a personable dialogue. What do you mean? Oh, nothing of the sort. The world, and the people therein, create the situations themselves without our interference. Our data mongers assemble, collate, and examine wide swathes of data, and calculate the parameters for the necessary equilibrium.
Эквилибриум, кстати, хуёвое кино.
We do not directly cause deaths, although our choices can modify the structure slightly. In a sense. But this is certainly not a one-to-one sequence of causal links. You should consider, time works a bit differently in here. Anything else? The complexity of time. Imagine that it is not a fixed and stable entity. I am sure you did not think only 15 days have passed since your arrival. Considering the frequency and magnitude of events in your moderately sized region, time is an inconsistent flux. While you rest, days, weeks, months may pass at different intervals.
Пока мы спим, время идет через нас.
Profiles from diverse moments appear on the same day, interlaced, within a rhizome of time and space stretching beyond mere 4 dimensions.
4? Окей.
That is why causal links are difficult to establish, and the equilibrium is of unfathomable complexity. Anything else?
Я был лимоном.
You are a death spawn. I crafted you out of different materials. The store and places. Anything else?
Кстати, вот фильм про смерть, который играет в шахматы, надо бы посмотреть. Старый немецкий фильм, не помню, как называется. Ну, я часто на него натыкаюсь, возможно, у меня даже в листе уже есть.
No. I am instead particular to this game called Go. Aesthetically pleasing, less violent and
Виабушник сраный!
Anything else? Oh, one more thing. It was nice of you to gift Lady the little gerbil.
Может, обратно
I am
отдашь, а?
sure she appreciates it. Although, personally, I am growing rather tired of the incessant squeaking.
Не знаю, как Джербл переводится, но жаль, это был не гофер.
Yes? What is odd about it? But of course. The toy is crafted with magic, of course. It holds the essence of a living little beast inside that rubber core. Oh no, what is done is done.
Обида!
Have you not listened to me at all? Your actions have consequences.
Он хочет ко мне.
Until tomorrow, Grim.
Отдай игрушку, пидор.
Shiver me timbers! Ye sure can't get enough of the Emporium!
Так. Резонатор купить, что ли? Как раз и на маску хватит, на резонатор. Ну да, игрушка это чучело вроде бы. Вроде бы это Квотермастер говорил. Я не помню, конечно, историю игрушки, но вроде бы это чучело. Как Джербл переводится, блядь, посмотреть что ли. А я смотрю, у меня уже открыто в переводчике именно это слово. Я, оказывается, уже переводил. Песчанка. Так. Yes.
Shiver me timbers! 'Tis a tale most sordid. I dare not even recall the details, but since ye wish to hear it, I shall tell it forthwith. There I was, scouting some rickety office building downtown, and I saw this in an elevator. Went in, tore it out, and made a run for it. The device has immense power. Ye turn the knob, and infinite pleasant noises come from it. Some might even call it music.
Элевейтор радио купил.
Didn't know I still had this beaked eyesore. I was at a gathering of some immensely wealthy idiots, where I saw an absolute buffoon wear this as professional attire. Just look at it! A weird long curve of a nose, and those stupid goggles. Ridiculous! Had to have it. So we plundered the whole lot of them. Lest these smelled nice, for they soiled their trousers from fear. Then the mask came in real handy.
Ну да, пиратский корабль, полный матросов в масках Вич-доктора. Это то еще зрелище, наверное. Яр. Крок! Называлось Masquerade God. Another day, another dollar, as they say. Всего 4 файла, слава богу. О, Можно музыку поменять. Угу. Норм. Люблю такую экспериментальную, знаете, музыку. Отличная музыка. Slithering it in, a lizard man pretending to be municipal officials. Вот рептилоиды. Traffic collision on the Westholt motorway claims life of scientist to other survive with injuries. Notorious identity thief disappears, but is it truly dead? We can never be sure. Petty criminal fined for stealing inconsequential items, promises to steal more in order to pay fine. Interview with the forger who worked with security firms to make the world more secure against forgeries. Что такое forger и forgeries? Look here, Grim. What about we try out some brand new methods of straightening the equilibrium? I have great faith in these techniques of more structural nature. A total of 2 humans have to die. The humans on the opposite end of the profile bundle must die. On the opposite end. Какой, блять, тут opposite end? Видимо, вот этот opposite end. Да, я тоже люблю такие структурные подходы, отличные. Ну, я предпочитаю монетку, конечно. А ты можешь оплатить файн, но файн мне еще никто не предъявлял. Я только один раз заплатил, как это по-английски, взятку, bribe. Меня давным-давно, когда я жил в Москве, я курил на остановке электричек, и ко мне подошел мент. И у меня вымогал 200 рублей. Вот такая история. Вот так я плачу взятки ментам. И я очень коррупт, мэн. A liar and a grifter, Frankos is an ex-politician who has spent many years writing books of ignorant nonsense. These words and actions caused were veritable butterfly effect of misery on a global scale, which they now profit of. Profit of, блять. Гав-гав. Мне нравится, кстати, английское. Scam artist. Выражение. Еще есть conman. Confidence man. Ах ты москвоблядок, уже 5 лет как не москвоблядок. 200 рублей на какой курс? Ну это в 12-м, 13-м, в 13-м, 14-м, либо 15-м году было. Так. Я, конечно, люблю очень истории про всяких скам-артистов. Вроде того фильма замечательного Forest of Love, который я всем рекомендую, кто не смотрел его со мной. Сиона Сону. Ну, да. Всем, кто не смотрел его со мной, рекомендую посмотреть фильм Forest of Love. Один из 3 лучших фильмов слэш-сериалов этого года, что я смотрел. Так. Humans. Я сначала подумал, тут human, то есть один. Opposite. Значит, как раз вот эти двое, да. Sonia is the drummer, main conductor and producer of the popular math rock band OCDC. Okay. All of their albums have 11 songs, which are all exactly for long and composed as palindromes. They spent a lot of time in rehearsals. Я, конечно, уважаю экспериментальный рок, но мне приказали. Junior, right after graduation, Caleb went to work at the Assedia Institution, where they have been researching strange experimental pathogens. The goal is to achieve a potential breakthrough in human cell regeneration. It's a pretty dangerous job, as it oftentimes involves the use of sharp instruments. Rashida is a representative from Cadenia, a nation recovering from major economic crash in Cosmopolis City for a state visit. They have come to negotiate a mutually beneficial agreement. As they have been driven to City Hall, the vehicle was attacked by would-be assassins and rammed off the road. Туда.
Grim, my fellow colleague, I have been deliberating a matter. Perhaps you can be of assistance. Should I become a writer? I could write many compelling works of fiction. I am an antique, after all. I have much experience.
Ну, Фейт и должен писать. Фейт и так писатель. Пишет судьбу людей. Блять, мне надо поссать. Сейчас, буквально минуточка, уже ща лоб. Так, я пописал. Загуглил всего 3 бакса хуйня. Ну, это было в 2014 году, когда 200 рублей побольше баксов существенно.
Cannot be worse than what? What do you have in mind?
Чё? I tried this computer game to... okay.
Game writing? Come now. I hardly think that counts as a real art form.
Действительно.
I shall continue my contemplation, but for now, it is time for daily feedback. All the files are in order. Excellent work. You are a testament to meticulousness. Well, off you go now. I must return to my deliberations.
Ahoy! A pleasure to see ye again.
Ну что, не хватает все равно. Опять дохуя файлов. Human region. О, арм. Качает! Human regeneration just around the corner or just a pipe dream. Popular political commentator dies of heart attack. Wisdom diplomat escorted to safety after gunfight ensues between unknown assailants and law enforcement. OCDC on hiatus after sudden death of main composer. Cozy Bohemian Waffle House gaining popularity. Go check it out. Fresh idea! I hope you're still well motivated from our performance discussion. You will be required to demonstrate utmost precision today. All humans in bottom row have to die. Keep the chaos away, will you? Okay? Ну, переворачивайся, сука. Да, думать не нужно. Mocha have been working for the Pathan Arms Defense System Company for 2 decades, designing new weapons platforms in order to keep the country safe. It's extremely important to manage our weapons. Ivan started looking for work right after graduation, but hasn't found one yet, mainly because jobs this day requires them to have previous work experience, блять! While the only way to get the required work experience is to have the job they are applying to. Meanwhile, they are training to be the world's fastest Onyx Cube solver. Sorry, dude. Избавлю тебя от страданий. Christopher opened Waffle House in the middle of Cocktail Valley to have a reason to claim illegal income but avoid customers. When he finds the place, which sometimes happens, Christopher starts sweating profusely and attempts to cook with 10-year-old ingredients. Тоже нормальная работа, нормальный бизнес. Сатья Иван Иванович, да, Иван Иванович Руденский. Так, это уже верхние, да. Just making some extra money, providing teaching services in a couple of fields to private households. Marina. They have saved up for a little worldwide trip during which they want to visit as many countries as possible. Satya is an avid fan of kite flying. teach language, submit criticism to high scholars, and arduous task. Also consider taking an interested in education science with the aim to propagate the teaching methods of the other teachers. Many of the old timers are not up to date with modern approaches. Вот Сережа. There's nothing like the smell of... Ну надо ж почитать, Анончик, да, надо. Нахуя непонятно только. There is nothing like the smell of freshly mined coal in the morning. Действительно. At least that's what Agnes believes. They consult politicians on all energy-related policies, are always advocating for more drilling, more mining, more cutting. Древесина, древомякоть. Clean energy is for losers, apparently. Действительно. Charles is currently researching the soda market, hoping to find a new angle. It's make or break situation for Jerry as they trying to provide for their family with succumbing to credit card debt. The boss is thinking of firing them due to low results. Не то чтобы я во вкус вошел, я просто ОКРщик. Надо прочитать.
Deathspawn, I have been ruminating on the humans. They vex me. Why do they exist? Their presence still seems unnecessary. Would it all not be simpler without them? Yes, but can we truly foretell what it would mean? To put us right out of business, and you out of existence? Would you really trade yourself for them? What a time it would be for us all. A peaceful time. Ah, never mind my ramblings. I acknowledge your patience and loyalty. I am all ears, Grim. Should you have some when we are dealing with matters much greater than you? Such is the nature of loyalty. Ha! Grand! A reaper demanding its due. Unfortunately, you will just have to live with it. Live. See what I... Where is your sense of humor? Well, I appreciated the discourse. Good night. Oh, right. Slipped my mind. Well, if it is that important to you. It seems you marked the proper amount of profiles. Well done and all that. Now depart. I have things to contemplate.
Окей, босс уходит в себя.
Ye drive a hard bargain, matey, but Mortimer does love a good scuffle.
Не буду пока ничего покупать. И там or never changes. weapons researcher killed during test of new fully AI-driven automated drone. Higher education standards help bring peaceful solutions to simmering conflicts. Another force cleared and area turned into coal mine. When will it end? Some counties air quality worsening, rising usage of fossil fuels to blame. Soda company starts selling Mojito Rum Cola favorite sodas. Parents enraged. AI breakthrough imminent, promises founder of Trans Global Inc. Starting dream, life should not be too predictable, do you not agree? We could use a little bit of alteration every so often. And I have just the thing for it. Every other profile has today, чё? Я не очень понимаю, что значит на английском every other, это вообще значит типа... Блять, я не знаю, как это перевести. Да, красненький. The gates Mary has driven. Grim, right? You need to keep your eyes open. Listen, think. Have you noticed what's going on? Do you choices make any sense? Does any of this make sense? To see what hiding you ought to mark this person for death today. Okay. Тракторист. Все, эти я не буду. Тип через одного, да. Да. Все, эти я даже вслух читать не буду. Если что-то интересно, то вслух прочитаю. Слушайте музыку. Я уже забыл, какой был последний, по-моему, Ливке последний ответил. Ну и все равно, скорее всего, вообще похуй уже. Вот как раз AI не нужен, да.
Hey there. What you up to, killer? The suffering. How many lives have you taken? Do you even count? Starting to look a bit grim, ain't it? I guess that's already in the name.
Бухгалтер за меня посчитает.
Grim.
Rip in there.
Nothing. Believe it's for a good cause, as always. It's not as if life and death are directly in your control. No wonder fate picked you for the crafting pot.
Grim, welcome. Remember when I told you of my idea to become an author? I think I have reached a conclusion. I am sorry. Am I taking up too much of your precious time with my insignificant fancies? Now listen. Truly, I have decided to set myself upon the path of grand artistry. I shall compose a novel most illustrious, one that will explain everything.
Everything!
Certainly, once it is finished, you will be the recipient of the first copy of the first printing. Anyway, we have some official business to take care of, yes? A tedium of profiles. Nothing amiss here, as far as I can see. Your adherence to the rules is admirable. Now I bid thee goodbye. The inaugural words of the greatest novel of all time will be engraved tonight.
Great American novel.
Batten down the hatches. 'Tis a storm of sails. By Jones' coffer, the slimy appendage is still here. I shudder at the very memory. Did not know which way was up, which way was down, where to step forward. The walls, they were everywhere. I grabbed what I could and ran as fast as me feet could go. As I emerged from the darkness, I found myself standing in the middle of a carnival. Truly a nightmare.
Part Street Punk. Coral Reef dying out at an unprecedented rate due to pollution and ocean acidification. Transglobal founder and CEO found dead at home, cause of death, drug overdose. Investigators find plans for massive surveillance system at the home of that tech wizard. Elderly at assisted living facilities turn to local lawyer to help against con artist helpers. Ingenious exec gives tips on how to start your own luxury company. Will the police finally do something about the highway menace? Grim, I will keep this short. I have noticed an epidemic brewing. I'm suspecting a systematic bias in our balancing methodology. The last 3 humans coming to Fairfax have to die. А я отмечу всех умирать. Блин, начальнику все равно уже похуй. Anson Sin. Anson loves to sing and is committed to performing all the 4 deadly sins daily. Position Sinner. Окей. Hello, sinners. Как один ананчик нам регулярно пишет.
Grim, why are you here?
Зарплату получить.
Right. The daily... Always in positions when I have important research to perform.
Да справится без админа. Он все равно хуёвым был.
Let us get on with it. Come now, I have warned you before. You cannot just let everyone die. Please, listen to reason. We clear? The reprimand has been marked into your profile. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine? Questions, Grim. Fine. I have trouble finding inspiration anyway. Perhaps your questions will assist me. Make sure they are deep and meaningful.
Ты чё мне думать? Я и так знаю, что я хуёвый кодер.
No idea. Our immortality precludes us from such knowledge. Yet, I imagine it would be a pleasant release. In that case, at least one only dies once. But more likely, death is just nothingness. And nothing, being nothing, has no inherent positive or negative effects. Any other questions? Not in the sense that humans consider it, no. Hardly. Any other questions? Because they seem to find themselves in life-threatening situations all the time? Life is unpredictable and lacks an innate meaning. I imagine it is up to them to make their lives meaningful. Even if it sometimes ends up being fatal. Any other questions? Unlikely. One must make do with what they have. Art does seem an attempt of immortalization, as humans feel the ever-present breath of death. A hybrid of entertainment, meaning-making, and the preservation of a facet of identity, carved into matter that might outlast the being itself. At least until all matter ceases to be. Grim, you are one odd fellow. Any other questions? Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.
Так, скоро там неделя к концу подойдет. Так. Все. Наверное, еще один день, и на сегодня все. Последнюю неделю еще один эфир отложу. Не знаю, когда он будет, но скорее всего не завтра. Magnates scuffle to secure patents freed after death of famous industrial innovator. The importance of patents holding companies in today's market. Lesson learned. The golden age of multi-sensor gaming is here. Everyone is playing Languid Tower and several Languid likes are already being developed. И так я же этого девелопера убил. Did the Languid Tower kill its creator? Violent crashes break out after death of mathematician. Opposing factions disagree over how to apply the calculations to achieve peace. Body of a suspected sinner found in cave, crushed under a pile of loot. Daredevil delivery driver crushed by fallen debris. with sudden earthquake strikes Cosmopolis City. World Wellness Organization announces a record investment into virus prevention research. Massive wildlife threatens to the whole wine region of Sun County. An assignment. An eldritch waft of air passed through my office earlier, certainly a sign of disorder. We could not determine the correct amount of people to mark today, so I leave it up to you. Dania paint nudist and nudist only. For some reason the spatting didn't sell very well, and they have been playing around with the idea of pivoting into a life of sin after being inspired by a heroic death of a prominent singer Anson. Первое последствие, которое я вообще заметил, наверное, еще были какие-то последствия смертей, но я их не замечал. Madao, who has wanted to become a firefighter since they were a little kid. As a keen wine enthusiast, Amadou is leading the strike team defending the Sun County vineyards from wildfire. Benjamin, hailing from a long line of army veterans, decided to join the Navy, much to the chagrin of the rest of the family. Yet soon enough they found themselves as the altogether responsible and distinguished captain of massive aircraft carrier called an Audacious. Jafar is a mediocre crane operator. They make a notable amount of mistakes, then blame others for those mistakes. Jafar has an alcohol problem and gets abusive towards their significant other and children if they get angry when intoxicated. A coroner sees this daily, and Carrie is no stranger to it. They handle the most critical of medical cases and specialized in large-scale outbreaks. The investigative skill is second only to the passion solving puzzles which most of the time include deadly toxins and microorganisms. Чё-то погодка поменялась. Куда Фейт съебал? As you enter, you notice the Fate's office is empty aside from Lady Puffington snoozing on the table. And the old-fashioned phone suddenly rings with an ear-piercing metallic clatter, and a familiar voice calls from the static.
Grim, you fool. Can you hear me? Lady Poddington, make sure it is listening.
The sound coming out of the cat is a particular hiss now.
Yes, lady, I concur. Grim, your behavior is utterly unacceptable. You cannot continue marking every person to death. You have led us to the slope of complete annihilation.
Мне ж написали, что не знаю сколько отметить.
This is your third and final warning. If you choose to disobey my orders again, I will be forced to terminate your contract. Do not presume this is a jest. Get out and do your job properly.
You're such a scoundrel. There should be a bounty on your head.
Ну чё, Анончик, на сегодня все. Ясно. Ясно. Погода реагирует на мои решения. Ладно, там как раз еще на один эфир осталось дней. Так что на сегодня все. Спасибо одному зрителю. Вот. Когда следующий эфир, не знаю. Спрошу, напишу. И присутствуешь ли ты на связи?